Hey YouTube, this is my second time trying to make this video without my dog barking. Just ahead of time, I'm sorry for my looks. I know I look terrible, but we just got back from our trip late last night, and I'm getting sick on top of that, so I'm just completely exhausted, and I didn't put any makeup on, and I'm sorry for that. So, please excuse me. Also, I'm getting sick, so if you've my voice is messed up, so sorry for that too. So everybody that watches and subscribes to my videos knows that I was doing Clomid this month, and it was my first and only round of Clomid because of my jerk doctor. Anyways, so at about 9 DPO, I'm going to jump right to it because this might be a little bit of a long video. At about 9 DPO, I started getting light positive pregnancy tests, and on from there, I got light positives. And then at around 12 DPO, I started getting mixed signals, lights and negatives, and I was just completely confused. And I wasn't taking only one brand of a test. I was taking first response, the dollar store test, the baby test, internet cheapies. I was taking Rite Aid Blue tests, which I know are bad, but first response, come on. But so I was getting light positives all month, almost all month on those, and then at 14 DPO I ended up starting AF, spotting really light. And I was completely devastated. This has been a very difficult week for me, knowing all month that I just felt that I was pregnant, and now here I am with AF. Now, AF did start 3 days early, and I am still spotting today, which is, I think it's cycle day 7, and my periods don't last longer than 5 days. So I don't know what is going on. I only had about 1 day of normal bleeding. I know, TMI. And then every day after that has been spotting. I wouldn't even have to use anything if I didn't feel the need to. So I don't know what's going on there. We went on our trip the day that AF showed her face, and that we left a day early, so that kind of distracted me a little bit from my depression about it. So that was good. The trip was really good. I grew closer to some of my family that I never thought I could. It was amazing. It was a wonderful trip. I got to see my dad, and a bunch of my family, my brother and his new baby. It's 3 weeks old. He is adorable. And we went down to Cumberland Falls. I'll probably post videos of that later. And I'm sorry ahead of time for any cussing. I cuss like a sailor normally, so I'm really sorry. And plus, my hyper brothers were climbing up cliff sides and scaring me to death. So yeah, so when I get nervous, I cuss. So ahead of time, I'm sorry for the cussing if I add videos with cussing. So anyways, so the trip was wonderful, and then on our way home, I got car sick, extremely car sick. Like, if you were to ride a roller coaster on a full stomach, car sick. I couldn't handle it. It was terrible. I had to leave a trash bag, full-size trash bag, in my lap because every second I thought I was going to get sick. That lasted about halfway home. And thank God it ended at about the middle of our trip home. So, and I've never been car sick like that unless the sun was beating on my stomach and I had a full belly. Which this time it wasn't. Everybody knows it's cold right now. And we were in Ohio, Kentucky. So yeah, so it was cold. The sun wasn't beating on my stomach. I was just flat out car sick, and it was terrible. So I started thinking about halfway home after my stomach stopped hurting. I was like, geez, you know what? Why am I car sick? I never get car sick. So we get home, or we stopped at Rite Aid on the way home and grabbed some pop for the house. And I grabbed a pregnancy test, and just, I don't know, just to double check. And I took it, and there's a light positive. But here's my dilemma. I stupidly grabbed the Rite Aid blue dye tests. So I don't know if it's a false positive or the nasty blue evaps they have or what. But yeah, so one more thing. When I got home and posted a few pictures, a friend had commented on my picture. And not a lot of my own personal friends or family know that I am trying to conceive. I just kind of keep that private unless they're really close family. So one of my friends that had heard that I was trying to conceive but didn't know about all of this, pretty much obsession with it, had emailed me, and she's like, I'm not trying to say you look big or anything like that, but I usually have a hunch about these things, and I'm almost always correct. She said, are you pregnant? Because you're glowing, like you're really glowing. And I'm like, whoa. And I commented back, and I told her that, I thought I was pregnant all month, and then my period showed up, and she's like, wow, I didn't mean anything by it, and you know what I mean, just trying to, she thought that I was, but she didn't want to say that I was, because it's rude. But anyways, I told her that thought I was all month, and then period showed up, and I was, really stressed out about it or whatever, and she's like, well, I just really thought that you were, she said, if you aren't pregnant, then you're really in love. And I was like, well, I did get some sun down south, so maybe that's the glow you're talking about. She's like, no, that's not it. It was an older picture. So, but I told her that, that I've always been in love with my husband and always will be. So, who knows? Maybe this girl has a hunch for pregnancy, and maybe I am, and I don't know it because of the weird AF and the car sickness, and that was just terrible. I don't understand that at all. But guys, I'm getting to about 8.5 minutes, and I know I've been talking your ears off, but it's been a long month. So please let me know what you think, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.